Hey you guys, welcome back to Sow the Seed. Okay, we're going to start off this year on the right foot, okay? 2021, we're going in here and I'm going to show you guys an easy step-by-step guide on how to find your raw hair and virgin hair vendors by using Instagram. Now, some of you guys may be new to my channel. I'm actually very familiar with the beauty industry, selling hair extensions, raw hair, and virgin hair. You guys can check out my beauty channel. It's called Glam's Corner. You can kind of see pretty much my transition to starting my business, how I did everything, what I was selling, what the hair extensions look like. I actually offer a vendor list, but for those who are on a budget and you're really sincere about being serious with starting your business, okay, in the hair industry, I want to give you guys a step-by-step guide on how to find raw hair and virgin hair vendors by using Instagram. Now, I previously did a similar video to this on my beauty channel. It's also available on this channel as well, and that is how to find raw and virgin hair vendors by using AliExpress. So if you guys want to look at that video, here is the video here. I'm also going to put a link down in the description bar, okay? So this is all about getting your products available, finding good quality products for your business, your online business, selling raw hair and virgin hair extensions, okay? So you could use either one techniques, whether you want to use AliExpress or you want to use Instagram, but I'm going to share my screen with you guys and I'm going to walk you guys step by step on how to find your raw hair and virgin hair vendors wholesale by using Instagram, okay? So yeah, I am not new to the hair industry, just in case you guys are new to my channel and you've never heard of me. I am a licensed cosmetologist and I'm still licensed even though I'm no longer a hairstylist. I'm doing business coaching full time now, but I know what it takes to start a business from nothing, being broke, even a teenage mom struggling, okay, and taking nothing, what seems like nothing, and turned into a 6-figure, 7-figure business, because I actually have multiple businesses under my name at this point, okay? Okay, so let's get started. And I'm going to be sharing my screen with you guys. And I'm going to go to my brand new Instagram page. I just haven't had this page for long. But anyway, before we get started, let me make a public service announcement, okay? PSA. Just because you guys can find vendors, wholesale vendors, does not take away the risk of actually trying the vendors out, trying their products, actually wearing it, styling it, whatever it is that you feel like you need to do first. This doesn't take away that risk. You guys still have to go through that process as entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs are successful because they are willing to take calculated risk, right? So as we start looking for these vendors on Instagram, I don't want you guys to think that just because you can find one doesn't mean that it's exceptional. You're still going to have to buy and sample the product to make sure that it actually matches what your brand stands for as far as the products that you're going to be offering the public or your target audience, okay? So you could use Instagram the same way that you use Google. So that's what's so awesome about Instagram. The only difference is you could either type in words, or of course you guys could use hashtags, because that's what makes it easier for you to find things, right? So I'm going to go up here in the search bar or the search box, and I'm going to type in wholesale raw hair. Okay, so this is me doing it without using hashtags. And I'm going to show you guys both versions, okay? So first, you already see this one says raw virgin. This one says raw Indian, raw wholesaler. So you guys can pretty much go through this entire list. Again, public service announcement. This doesn't take away whether or not you have to actually try this here and see what they're really working with, okay? So here go one. This one says Indonesian raw hair. They only have 73 followers. They have their WhatsApp available for you guys to contact them. So what you want to do is kind of go through the pictures, and you want to make sure that whatever pictures that they have is actually attached to the business, because some of these vendors ain't about nothing. Point blank, period. And that's what I mean by being an entrepreneur and you having to be willing to take calculated risks. So one way you avoid that, as I mentioned previously on my beauty channel, is make sure that the vendor actually has pictures that belong to them, and they're just not taking people pictures from their websites or using like social media influencer pictures to advertise what it is that they have. You want a vendor that has their own pictures as proof, okay? So this one is a good vendor if you're looking for blind hair. Let's click on this one and see. It's an actual video. and they do have their WhatsApp. It's good. This video is good, but what you really want to see is like the hair in real time, in motion, outside of packages. So this doesn't really show you like the real quality of the hair. This looks like a lace frontal. um See, this picture is kind of blurry, and I know they don't, they may not be as detailed. Like somebody like me selling hair, okay, I'm super detailed when it comes to when I used to look for vendors for my own hair company. I needed detailed videos and detailed pictures. So this one for me is a little blurry. Also, what you want to take in notice is that this right here symbolizes when you're looking for a vendor. Notice how full this is at the base of the frontal, okay? And I'm gonna give you guys some tips, okay? And as far as virgin hair, raw hair, and actually getting quality. So it's really going to depend on what your price point is, who your target audience is, where it's a younger crowd, a mixed young, older crowd, or an older crowd. For me, my main product was raw hair extensions. Okay, people do buy raw hair, even though it's expensive. They do buy it. It just depends on if you know how to market your business the right way. But let me give you guys a tip when you're looking at these pictures. So this frontal for me, first of all, this has a dark brown lace on it. For me, and looking at the trends, because you do want to do market research, looking at the trends, dark brown lace is not in style anymore. It is not trending like years ago when people was looking for dark brown lace and then they started tinting their lace. So this will be a question that I will write down in my notes looking for a vendor. If you decided that you wanted to take this type of vendor and actually use their products, I would ask them, are all of your lace dark brown or light brown, or do you have transparent lace? So to me, that's kind of like a red alert. If I decided I wanted to use this company, that's one thing I would have to ask prior to me doing a sample or spending my money for this particular business. Now this says Indonesian raw hair. So this is a vendor that should be in Indonesia, right? And you can normally tell by their numbers. All you have to do is kind of highlight these numbers, and then you can look it up in the Google search engine, right? So that's another tip. So the next thing I want to show you guys is a lot of things that people don't know, and I know this from being a hairstylist and of course having my own hair company. But this fullness right here at the base of this frontal, and then you see how you could see through the ends of this hair. For somebody like me who sold a luxury product, because like again, my majority of my products was raw hair extensions, and then my virgin hair extensions were more like curly textures and things like that. So let me tell you guys this one thing: there is no such thing as raw curly hair. It just is not. If you go Google pictures of people, women and men who live in India, Malaysia, Indonesia, those places, 9 times out of 10, you are not going to see those people with curly hair. Okay. So anytime you see somebody saying raw curly hair, they lying. Point blank, period. So anyway, this right here indicates fullness at the bottom of the frontal. Then you got thinness. You can pretty much see straight through the ends. That's a no-no for me personally. This means that this particular frontal, of course, they do have to fold it over to knot it to the lace, but this means most of the hair on this frontal is short. Okay, so you could do this with bundles as well. But of course, I'll tell you about how you could do it with the bundles. But yeah, this means this may be an 18-inch frontal. That's what they're advertising it for and selling it for. But you really getting like 12 to 10 inches up in here, and then you only got a couple of strands that's 18 inches. And for me personally, that's a no-no. So that's just a tip for you guys. You also want to pay attention to if they have something that's ombre like this. I would need for them to part this to see what this ombre, because sometimes people have ombre products, vendors, wholesale vendors do, and then it's kind of like choppy. And because I'm a hairstylist, I'm super particular with how my ombre looks. So those are a couple of tips for you guys to kind of take in consideration when you're looking for vendors on Instagram. Now this actually has a whole lot more light to the picture. This is good. Now this picture right here, for me, I would say, okay, now this picture looks good. Now let me tell you why this picture looks good. Now we don't know because it's laying on the floor, and they could kind of hide certain things when it's laying on the floor. That's why I said you guys want to look for vendors who actually have videos showing you the hair instead. To me, just by looking on the floor though, this looks like it's double drawn hair, right? So the difference between single drawn and double drawn is single drawn bundles means that they're just taking the the donor hair, putting it in a ponytail, and they're cutting it, and that's single drawn. Okay, so double, and they sew that to the weft. Double drawn means that they make sure that all of the lengths of the hair extensions are pretty much the same length. So let me give you pretty much what you should be looking for, right? So if this was double drawn, this means that they make sure every single hair strand is the same length. That means this hair should cost you more than something like this. This right here will be considered single drawn. Why? Because it's like they took this from the ponytail. All the lengths inside of the ponytail are not necessarily the same length, because if you look at your own hair growing out of your scalp, your hair at the top of your head, if it reaches all the way down to your shoulders, that means that obviously these strands of hair at the top, look how much length that is compared to a piece of hair that's on the bottom that reaches the same length. That means this strand of hair is this long, but this strand of hair is like as long as my arm. If you could kind of picture that into your mind, right? So this is what this would represent. Somebody putting their hair in a ponytail, they taking that ponytail and then they're sewing it to a weft. Now, double drawn means that they took the hair that's longer and they put it with hair that's all the same length, and then they made it into a weft or a frontal or a closure. Makes sense? I'm trying to drop knowledge for you guys. Put these jewels in your necklace and wear it, okay? So yeah, this will be like single drawn. So this is the same thing you will look for when you trying to buy bundles as well. Do you want to sell double drawn hair, or do you want to sell single drawn hair? So back to this picture. This hair looks luxurious. It looks healthy. It looks shiny. The ends are pretty much even. That's another way you could tell that it's double drawn hair, because the ends of the hair will be more similar in length. And then a single drawn bundle will come to a point like this, right? So this is single drawn bundle. This right here makes a double drawn bundle, and it should not be cut to that length. And you could tell if they cut it to that length because it'd be blunt straight on the end instead of having those like little spike things on it. But most of you guys, you won't be able to tell that until you actually purchase the product, and you pretty much review it for yourself. So yeah, they have a lot of pictures. This one is blurry, but it does still look like they have some double drawn hair. This looks like a video of a closure. Let's see. And I'm going to try not to make this video too long, but I wanted to make sure that I actually gave you guys some tips with me being a hairstylist and selling raw and virgin hair myself. It's a little blurry. It looks like from a little bit that the hairline is super straight. They're not really showing the hairline. So maybe it's a good closure, but maybe you may just have to pluck the hairline. And most people are used to plucking hairlines by now anyway. So yeah, that's not really a good video. They need a little bit more light. It's too blurry. If you wanted blonde hair in a wavier texture, they do have that available. You see how this comes to a point? Because this is 1, 2, 3, 4 bundles. And you could kind of see almost like a triangular shape right here. This means that these are single drawn bundles, okay? So these should actually not cost as much as those other bundles that I showed you guys. Here go a video of blonde hair. I'm gonna try to make this video less than 20 minutes, hopefully. Yep, it's definitely single drawn. Yep, single drawn. See how that point? That's how you know it's single drawn bundles. So the lengths inside of this bundle are not all the same lengths. That's what that means. That's why it gets thinner towards the bottom, and you see the thickness up here towards the top of the weft. Okay. So what else this look like? They may sell bulk hair. This look like bulk hair. So if you're somebody who does ventilating, I have a coaching client. Her name is Glenda Dotson on Instagram. But if you're looking for somebody who can do like ventilating for closures and frontals, her business name is the Glam House Collection. I'll make sure I put a picture or something up here for you guys if you want to check her out. She makes wigs, closures, and things of that nature. So okay, that's just one vendor. So I wanted to give you guys on tips of what to look for. So let's put wholesale raw hair. Now, this is the only tip I'm going to give you guys because it's pretty much simple, straight to the point. You're looking for raw wholesale hair on Instagram. All you got to do is type in raw wholesale hair. It's going to take you, pretty much give you an entire list of all of these vendors you could pretty much go to, look at their let's click on one, look at their pictures, take in consideration the stuff that I told you as far as what their hair looks like. They have I believe this is a Cambodian or Southeast Asian vendor. They have curly textures. Oh, this looks good. Let's zoom in, girl. This Vietnamese. Oh, honey. This type of hair right here used to make me salivate when I sold hair. So I would be, and these look like eye tips. That's what it looks like. But this is beautiful. See, with the curly hair. This must be like kinky curly, I'm assuming. But yeah. They also have kinky straight. And these look like eye tips too. It is. Oh, these are micro links. So if you have micro links, if you're a hairstylist and you do micro links, this is a good vendor. This is actually a good vendor. I have worked with this particular vendor years and years ago. So this is actually a good vendor. I personally have worked with this vendor. They don't know me by name though. That's another tip. Never use your name, never use your business name when you putting in orders with these people, because they'll try to find you online and then they'll be taking your pictures off your page and then they'll be advertising that you get your hair from them. So that's another tip. Don't ever use your business name. Make a different PayPal account and then that's how you put in your orders, okay? So yeah, I could kind of vouch, not super duper vouch for this vendor, but kind of sort of, because I have purchased hair from them years ago and back then they were a good vendor. I can't say they really a good vendor now. This looks like single drawn hair. If you're looking for blonde hair, this will be a good vendor. Yep, definitely single drawn. So back to this is, I wanted to just show you guys, all you have to do is type in wholesale raw hair, right? You do the same thing for virgin hair too. Wholesale virgin hair. Okay, so now you got a whole nother list of wholesale virgin hair. You can see the names in here. Let's click on at least one just to show you guys what their pictures look like. Okay. Virgin Hair Factory Wholesale. Here's their number. They look like China. 86. I think plus 86 is China. So this is a Chinese vendor. I'm assuming they sell lashes as well. I would kind of question a little bit. I just personally do not like when vendors take other people pictures unless those people actually purchase hair from them. They obviously have some super long virgin hair. This looks like what, 40 inches maybe. That's super cute. This looks like wigs. So if you're looking for a vendor with virgin hair that sells wigs, again, this doesn't take the risk of you actually having to try out the hair for yourself. Yeah. See, this kind of stuff, no. I'd rather color my own hair, but that's none of my business. So the other way you guys can actually find raw hair and virgin hair vendors is by putting it in a hashtag, wholesale raw hair. Let's see what. So now you got a whole nother list, okay, of all these different type of, well, this is not really a list. So this one is the first one. Is 2,000, almost 3,000 posts. So let's click on wholesale raw hair. Awesome. So this is just going to show you a whole bunch of different companies that offer wholesale hair. This is really cute. Mink Traces, I don't think this is this is probably a wholesale vendor inside of the United States. That means that there's probably some price added to it because they're probably being the middle person, right? So let's see if we could find actual vendors from across seas. No, you can actually go to Mink Traces and see what it costs to be a part of their wholesale program though. That might be a good option for you, especially since they're in the state. You may not feel like it requires as much risk. So let's see. Diverse hair. Let's see where they're located. No WhatsApp import and export of hair wholesale factory direct. Oh, so they are actually across seas. So they have wigs. If you're looking to purchase wigs wholesale, and these are actually videos, so that's good. Let's see. And sometimes another tip, you guys, please don't ever do this. If you find your vendor using Instagram, screenshot their page or add it to a little collection on your Instagram page. Because if you start following them, anybody who's coming to this video and they see whatever vendors they have, if you're following them, all they have to do is click on these vendors followers. And if you somebody they know that sell hair, all they have to do is go to your page. Then they could probably see like, oh, okay, this company, that company, this company probably get their hair from this vendor because they're following this vendor on Instagram. So another tip before we end this video is once you find them, add them to your collections on Instagram. Let me show you guys real quick how to do that. So let me say this one, I'm like, okay, this video kind of convinced me of this vendor. I want to remind myself this is the reason why I'm choosing this vendor. You would click on this little thing right here, okay, and it's going to add it to your collection. So that's pretty much saved. And then you can create different folders in your collections that says like raw hair vendors, virgin hair vendors, wholesale vendors on Instagram or something like that inside of your collections. All right, let me unsave them because I'm not looking for any vendors. Okay, so yeah, you could pretty much type in either hashtags or you could type in just the word and just use Instagram like the Google search engine. So this video is already 20 minutes long. Hopefully I gave you guys some good tips that you could use with finding your raw hair vendors and your virgin hair vendors by using Instagram. If you guys have questions or any requests as far as business videos getting you guys started within 2021 with starting your hair company, make sure you put that down in the comment section. Last thing, if I want to tell you guys, because even though you have a good product does not always mean that you know how to actually sell a product. A lot of people start businesses and then they don't make money. So guess what? I have a little treat for you guys. If you need some free business resources, all you have to do is click that little link that you see down below, and I have some free business resources to help you guys get started with starting your business, branding yourself, how to use social media to start making money for your online business, and things of that nature. It doesn't matter if you sell hair, fashion, jewelry, makeup. I have coaching clients in all different types of industries. Okay, so yes, and that is pretty much it for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.